good mythical weekend. How cool were you in high school? And would you let these people decide? This is Show Me You're Cool. We've all prepared PowerPoint presentations that encapsulate who we were as high schoolers. Each presenter wants to convince the group that they were actually very cool. When we're done presenting, everyone else will get to give a grade from A to F. A for the coolest, F for a total dork. At the end, our cool GPAs will tell us who was truly the coolest. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm thinking B+ right now.
Nice. For me? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, well, I guess I'll go first since Chase has already given me a grade. Mm-hmm. This is me, Jordan Myrick.
Ooh. Whoa. Spelled with an A.
Yay.
All right, spelled with an A. You guys know it. This was me in high school. This is a photo of me in a community theater production of Les Mis. I played a prostitute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is a photo that I took at a St. Vincent concert because I was very into both photography and concerts, as you'll learn during this show. My GPA, I can't remember because it was very made up. I went to a school that had a lot of AP and honors classes, so I had like a 4.12 GPA.
I thought you were saying made up like it was going to be like, oh, you got a rainbow for doing
Sure,
really
yeah.
good.
You thought I went to gay high school?
No, that's not why I said rainbow.
I can't remember. So I had very good grades. I was a bad test taker, but a good student.
So you're a nerd. Not cool.
Right? This is what this is, right? I have to be cool now? My extracurriculars, I was involved in community theater. I did not do theater at school my first 2 years of high school because I went to a Catholic school and they were only allowed to do Christian productions.
What?
For example, Grease with no kissing.
Okay, so it wasn't like about Catholicism.
No, it wasn't about Jesus whatsoever. It was just like shows you know and love with all the kissing taken out. And I wasn't interested in doing that. I was looking for as much kissing as possible in high school. So I joined community theater, as I pointed out.
Cooler than regular theater.
Yeah. Yes, and then I moved to Los Angeles my junior year of high school, and I joined the Indie Music Club.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, it means absolutely nothing. So I graduated from high school in 2011. And at that time, it was kind of like, if you thought you were like cool and different, any band you listened to was an indie band. That's not what that means. They asked me what my discipline was. I didn't understand that question. So I told them nothing. My style. I shopped at Goodwill, Urban Outfitters, and Anthropologie. I later went on to work at Anthropologie as soon as I graduated from high school.
Wow.
I did not make one single cent because everything I earned, I spent on Zooey Deschanel style dresses. This is a photo of my feet at the beach.
Are those shoes from Goodwill, Urban Outfitters, or Anthropologie?
These are Cole Haan shoes, and I don't remember where I got them. This is La Jolla.
They are cool. I feel like I can recall that style of dress in high school.
And you can see it, the jeans, they're thin, they're slender jeans.
You got a single cuff going.
Yes.
That's not a double roll, you've got a single.
And we like that or no?
Well, I do a double personally, but I like the single as well. I think it works here.
Okay, great. I love that. My style, I often wear dresses, high socks, band t-shirts, Mary Janes or flats, which I can't wear anymore because I've had orthopedic surgery on both my feet.
Wow.
I always had bangs my whole life, ever since I was born, except for the first 3 months that I worked at this job. Other than that, I've always had bangs. And I really did look a lot like I was trying to be a Zooey Deschanel impersonator. As you can see in this photo, I'm wearing a giant owl necklace.
Wow.
Any other millennials in the house?
Oh, yeah.
This was before I got Hollywood veneers.
This is also like the Zooey Deschanel before New Girl when she was taking kind of like edgier roles.
100%. So I was a Zooey Deschanel fan from the band She and Him, a band that she did with a musician named M. Ward.
Seems pretty indie.
Wow, very indie.
Yeah.
My social life. Here's me with my high school improv team.
What are those? Kind of like
What are those?
Dildos?
Those are the legs of a doll. Please, grow up. I got my driver's license the day I turned 16. I was infatuated with being able to drive myself around. I drove an old, large, black Mercedes-Benz from the 80s that I had received from my grandma's friend for free.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I bet some wild things happened in that Mercedes.
They did when I was in it.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting a handshake.
I didn't know what, all right. All right. All right, no taken. My friend group, I feel like I didn't tell them this specifically, but they did write it. I think we all thought we were cool. We were going to concerts. I lived right down the street from a concert venue, and I was there a lot, saw a lot of bands, pretty cool. Once again, did a lot of community theater. My most famous role, I was LeFou in Beauty and the Beast. If you're not familiar, that's the smaller, rotund gentleman that follows Gaston around. And I will say, I do think it kind of helped the trajectory of my life, because up until then, I'd been getting kind of like normal roles for girls. And then I got a call from my community theater director, and she was like, listen, Jordan, you're very funny, but you are not great at singing, and your energy is a little different from the other girls. So she clocked my gay ass very early, and she was like, we're gonna give you a different role. We're gonna have you play a role that's traditionally played by a man. And it really made me be like, wow, I'm getting a lot of attention for being funny. And now, that's what I do for a living.
Do you have any footage of you as LeFou?
I do. Would you like me to send it to you personally?
I think so.
I think you'd like it.
I think so.
I was extremely proud of myself when I did it.
Aw,
LeFou
that's
takes
awesome.
chops. I really respect that a lot. That
Thank
guy.
you.
Yeah.
I did end the curtain call of every presentation by coming out and taking my hair out of the ponytail and shaking my
I'm a
head
woman.
as if to reveal I am not in fact a boy.
She's
Aren't you surprised? As if they couldn't tell by my absolute rack. I was personally all over the place. I went to a lot of parties and did a lot of things that I can't talk about on this show. I grew up in South Florida, moved to LA junior year of high school, all big cities. Kind of cool, right? Kind of cool places to live.
I think the stuff that you're not wanting to talk about is also pretty cool. Like that stuff you're just like, yeah, I can't even talk about the parties I went to and the things I did.
We
Like,
guys
that's
building
giving
a lot of
cool
like
to me, too.
model RC cars.
Yep. All
Racing
kinds
them?
of RC cars. We were doing all kinds of things. We were certainly racing. Let's see what else we got going here. I was really into going to the beach, concerts, thrifting. I was very into photography. Here's some more kind of cool photography I did. I had a lomography camera. Once again, any millennials in the house, they were like fun, weird cameras that took different types of pictures. So this camera put 2 images on one 35 millimeter printed photograph. I was doing 35 millimeter photography.
Wow.
You're like in your own darkroom too?
Absolutely not. I was dropping that shit off at Walgreens. I did do improv in high school, unfortunately. And that was me.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. So you didn't do any like high school theater. It was community theater.
I did high school theater when I moved to LA. I was in
Okay.
a production of a play called For the Love of a Pig. I did get the lead, which felt very cool because
And it
it was
wasn't a-
right after I moved.
They didn't remove kissing? Or
No,
anything?
there was actually a bunch of kissing.
Oh.
A man, which was kind of not what I was trying to do.
When you did improv in high school, was that in LA or was that before LA?
Before LA. I started doing that in Florida, and it was long form improv, and we did a lot of festivals.
That immediately dictated the grade. Improv not in LA?
But
Okay.
but it was long form. And it was really cool, and I did a lot of festivals, like Chicago Improv Festival. I opened for the Upright Citizens Brigade touring company at the Miami Improv Festival.
Ooh.
Don't take my desperate energy now for an example of how I was in high school.
No, I think I got it. I think I know how cool you were.
All right, let's see my score.
All right,
Leonard?
you had a higher score.
No, Leonard, not
I
the
took it
Florida
away.
Improv.
But then the long form brought it back up. And then, so I gave you a B+.
I'll take it. Thank you,
B+.
Leonard. I appreciate that.
B+.
I also gave you a B+.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you were cool. I think there was just a couple like nerdy-ish things
Sure.
that just bring it down a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gave you a flat B.
Huh, okay.
There wasn't really, I was thinking about a plus or minus,
Yeah.
but just a flat B felt good. The LeFou was big for me. The long form Florida Improv was not as good for me. So I think that's how I arrived at this conclusion.
I understand. All right. Well, thank you for your generosity and your care. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Hey everyone, it's me, Trevor, and I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
You did great.
It's like I'm in
This
high
is
school
giving
again.
cool kid giving presentation. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna do well.
I haven't given a presentation in so long. Okay, First slide. Academics. GPA 3.7, which I think is the coolest GPA that you can have because it doesn't make you a nerd if you have like a 4.0, but it's also not like too bad. I feel like I was smart, and then I had a rough patch there my junior year that kind of brought it down, but we don't need to talk about that too much. I'm not going to focus on my mental health issues too much here.
You worked through them, and we're good.
Yeah, we're totally good now, 100% healthy. Okay, so I was captain of the basketball team.
Oh,
nice.
my junior and senior year as captain of the basketball team.
Whoa.
So I played a lot of basketball, other sports things. I ran track in high school, but I did jumping events. I jumped 6'10" in high jump.
That's so tall.
Nobody in here is a track and field fan.
that's pretty high.
That's cool.
That is pretty high.
That is pretty high.
That's higher than
Just
you
so
are.
everyone, everyone
That's
in the
exciting.
comments, there's probably going to be people
I don't think
that
I
are
can
gassing me
jump
up for
higher
that.
than I am. So that's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah. I was the student body government vice president as a joke. Because here's the thing, me and my best friend Nick, we were like, man, wouldn't it be hysterical if we ran for student body government? And then we did, and then we won.
Oh, I hate that.
And then we had responsibilities, and it sucked. So he was the president, I was the vice president, and we didn't really get anything done. There was a lot of red tape. We were trying to do cool things. We couldn't get it done politically. But we did manage to get, for whatever reason, they allowed us to skip school. We were like, hey, what if we just took the student body government and we just skipped school for a day and went to the zoo? And they said, yeah. And then we skipped school, but nobody told our teachers or anything. We didn't tell them, so everyone was wondering where we were, and we were just at the Boise Zoo.
Wow.
So I grew up in Idaho, by the way. So that's a big thing here. I'm not in LA at this time. Don't get me started on the business professionals of America. This was a thing that we did, and I don't know if it's a thing in other places, but it was like a competition. Schools would have teams, and we did a whole business plan. We were given an assignment, and our assignment was to create a hockey team. We were going to the NHL and proposing a new hockey team, what state we would have it in. We created a whole design and reasons, population metrics, all that stuff. And then we gave this presentation. This was a state competition. We went and competed against other
I didn't know
people.
that high schools had a capitalism club. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we were business professionals. I didn't learn anything, and we didn't win, which is kind of cool because that's, so lame, right? The business professionals of America, and we did it as a joke again.
Did you do everything in high school ironically?
No, actually, we had a lot of fun. I read the morning announcements over the speaker every day.
Dang.
So.
You did it all, man. You did everything.
that's-
I was doing a lot of stuff, a lot of extracurriculars, and then theater and choir. I was also part of those.
Choir.
You could imagine me sort of like a Troy Bolton type figure, captain of the basketball team, also a vulnerable theater kid, would sing. We did The Lion King, and I did Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Pretty emotional. There were some tears in the crowd. And for me.
Did you base a lot of these extracurriculars
Grown.
on Troy Bolton? Was that a choice to model your life?
It just sort of happened like that, you know? And that's the thing about, being cool is that you either got it or you don't.
Can I ask, what plays or musicals were you in?
My senior year, I think there's actually photos of it later you'll get to see, but I was Trinculo in Shakespeare's The Tempest.
Okay.
And I did this really awful, Mike Myers, Shrek voice the whole time, and I wore this little gold and black, jester kind of outfit with tights. It was really good. You're gonna see it later, I think. I think it's in there. Next slide. That's me. People held up a giant sign of my face at basketball games, so that's me.
Wow, you must have been really cool. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. People were
kinda
holding up
the
a
vibe I'm
giant... Jordan, you're really... What's that look?
You want to know what I'm actually thinking?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how you're the exact guy in high school that I would have been like, who can I pretend to have a crush on that is nice and normal and not too telling? Do you know what I mean? And I would have been like, I'm obsessed with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're tall and you're cute and you're funny. You seem
Thank
nice.
you.
And I would have been
seem nice.
I personally haven't met you, but you seem really nice.
Seem nice.
You seem really nice.
Vibe, yeah, it gives that vibe.
But you know what I mean? You seem very nice and wholesome, and I feel like you would have been nice to me in high school.
I think that was one of the things, because of all the extracurriculars that I did, I was kind of friends with everyone everyone. I was just around a lot of people. So I think I was nice to everyone.
Drop it in the comments if Trevor was mean to you in high school.
Style, a lot of jeans and flannels, hoodies underneath, classic Idaho stuff.
Classic Idaho.
Classic Idaho stuff, Zoomies, Urban Outfitters, American Eagle, next one. Okay, so let's talk here for a moment about these photos. So this is at 2 different homecoming dances.
When did you hit your growth spurt?
This is me in my freshman year.
Oh my God.
And this is me in my senior year.
Wow.
As you can tell, I put together a pretty crazy fit here. I didn't quite know what to wear at this point.
This fit looks like when a kid colors in a coloring book. Like,
Yeah.
So blocky.
Yeah. I don't know. My parents, I was just going through the store and I was just grabbing stuff. And they're like, okay, kid. So with the suspenders, pretty damning. That's my brother, Matt.
We couldn't get the release to have him in.
Yeah.
He wouldn't sign off for the show.
So then this is my senior year homecoming, and this is my best friend, Nick. And we wore matching Tigger and Pooh onesies because we were fighting the power. We're going to homecoming together instead of asking girls. Yeah, we went to all of our senior year dances together, and I get why everyone thought we were gay.
Yeah.
I understand it, but yeah. We also didn't have prom. We called it junior senior banquet. It's like a Christian school thing or something. Prom has sexual undertones or something. That's the reason they gave. So I was on the homecoming court. There were 6 people that were on the homecoming court that got voted on. So I was again, popular and cool. People voted for me.
Yeah.
It is crazy, though. I mean, the facial difference here, every time I see this photo, I think there's no way that's actually me as a freshman.
Yeah.
I look like I'm I'm 12.
Just a couple of years difference between
and the
these. That's
dichotomy
insane.
between the 2 fits is like a superhero and his arch nemesis.
Yeah. My brother, not cool at all. I don't even have all my teeth here, it looks like.
You look like, hey, my friend wants to talk to you.
Damn. Also, didn't have a date to my freshman. Yeah.
I love that.
So then, social life. I was 15 when I got my driver's license, because in Idaho, you can get your learner's permit at 14 and a half.
Wow.
Whoa.
So all them farm boys got to get driving them trucks or around or whatever. Okay, so that's me and Nick again over there in different matching onesies. We were sharks that day.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that's me in the Philippines. I went and played basketball in the Philippines.
Was this your team?
With who?
Well, okay, so we went, my basketball team, and went and put on a basketball camp for children that lived in the slums. Those were just kids that wanted a photo with a corked up white boy, I think. So, significant others. Okay, so I didn't have any girlfriends or anything official, but I was what I call a Christian school slut, which is where I was just kissing a lot of girls,
Just kissing, though?
Just kissing. Well, kissing some hand stuff.
That affects your
Some
score,
mouth stuff.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty
Thank you for your honesty.
much right up to the line. But without being sinful.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, without breaking that sacred vow to Jesus that
Got
I
it.
made. Friend group. Friends, I was friends with a lot of people. I was in a lot of groups. I was in smart people classes, so I was friends with smart people, play basketball, so I was friends with basketball.
I just love the line, I was popular.
I was popular. It feels like such a dumb thing to say, but by definition, I guess I was popular. People liked me, and I was friends with a lot of people.
I mean, they printed your face.
They printed out.
Yeah, a big version of your face.
Yeah. So there's me. That's the photo.
That's the
there.
Shrek
As you can see,
impression.
that's Shrek. So I'm actually wearing a dress over my outfit right there, because at some point in the show I put on a dress. I can't tell if there's a pickle in my bosom, but there was a pickle in my bosom at some point throughout the show. That was kind of a running bit that we were doing, that I was doing. So this is a lip sync battle that we did. It was some sort of fundraiser thing. I wasn't supposed to be in it. The football team did one. There were groups of people got together and rehearsed and did these really elaborate things. And then the person that was organizing it, I was just there watching. And they were like, hey, we have an open slot, someone went fast. They were like, would you want to do something? So I went into an empty classroom for about 5 minutes, and I decided to do Part of Your World from Little Mermaid. And then I just went on stage and fully improv'd that whole song, lip sync, and it was really emotional and special, and there were tears in the audience. There were tears.
In what state was that improv?
Idaho. But it wasn't like, it was me improvising, you know? It wasn't official. I wasn't a part of an improv.
So it wasn't long form improv.
No, I don't know the
wasn't
runtime on
in Los
Part of Your
Angeles.
World. I want to say it's somewhere like 240. I have the video. I can show you the whole video if you want later.
Perfect.
Yeah, if anyone wants to see that. And that's me in high school.
Wow.
Trevor. I feel incredibly vulnerable right now. That
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
That was weird.
It doesn't feel good.
Anyone have any questions?
No.
I feel like I got a full picture.
Yeah, there was.
Wow, no questions.
I think I
Guys are like,
know
"Whoa."
what your grade is.
All right, I'll start first.
Okay.
You got an A+.
Wow.
Let's go. Oh my God, I bet it was the high jump. I bet it was the high jump.
Yeah, you got an A. You got a very solid A. Yeah.
I give you an A-.
Okay.
I think you were
I
really
accept that.
cool.
Thank you.
I think you're really cool.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, wow. That's awesome. Everyone from high school, hear that? Suck it.
Now it's my turn, Leonard. You're gonna notice a very stark difference between me and Trevor's. First of all, black and white photo.
Oh, you were old. Yeah, no filters at all.
Black and white photo.
You were old.
Yeah, I was old. So GPA, I don't remember this shit, man. It was a long time ago. I was in the 3s. Listen, my high school situation was a tale of two different stories. My freshman and sophomore year, I was in Lynchburg, Virginia, at a school with 1,600 students. I was like a smart kid. I had taken high school classes in middle school, so I was like a grade ahead and stuff. And then I moved to Atlanta for my junior and senior year, and I basically had enough credits to graduate high school like my junior year. And it was a stark difference in between the first 2 years to my second 2 years of my life. So at the first high school, at Easy Glass, we were like a theater high school. I remember like my freshman and sophomore year, we raised $75,000 each year ourselves for our budget. We did 9 productions every year. We had a black box theater and we had a main theater. We taught theater tech classes. Yeah, my freshman year, I was in Civil War. We were like the first high school to do Civil War off Broadway. And I was Frederick Douglass, and I could not sing, and I hated singing like solos. So we had someone else, I think a white person, sing my solo for me. Because I did not want to sing. I could sing in chorus. I could sing along with everyone, but I did not want to do solos. And in my sophomore year, we did Les Mis, but we did Les Mis with a turning stage. Yeah.
That's what they had on Broadway.
We did with a turning stage, and I was mistaken Jean Valjean because the lead was a black guy and he was Jean Valjean. We were kind of the same. The guy who gets arrested, I thought about that with Les Mis. Lacrosse, I did that in Atlanta. That was a different thing, but I was a big theater kid. It was cool. I did like the morning announcements. I was a very big energy, fun, goofy kid.
Improv? Any improv?
No improv. No improv. But since I was a big, fun, boisterous, kind of class clown kid, I did go to detention every now and then. There was one time where there was this game where it was like you would throw quarters down, and like they threw down the heads and I threw down the heads, then I won. And if they threw down the heads and I threw down the tails, they won. And I had a bunch of quarters in my pocket and they fell out in class, and I guess a bunch of kids had been playing. I wasn't playing at the time, but they were like, go to the principal's office for gambling. And I had to like explain to the principal that it was like, I had been gambling earlier, but not at that moment. And I did not get in trouble, but I've gotten some detentions. Also, from 7th to 11th grade, I did not miss a day of school. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
So were you so healthy?
yes, very healthy. I never get sick. Like I rarely ever get sick. It's kind of crazy.
What do you think that is?
Being poor, couldn't afford it. What I wore, a lot of hoodies, a lot of graphic tees, a lot of baggy tees, self-conscious fat kid. I always got in trouble for always wearing a hat. I always had a hat on, walking through the hallways. As soon as the bell rang, I put the hat on. Hoodies. Halfway through high school, I stopped wearing pants fully.
Wow.
No pants. I didn't wear pants for like 10 years. It was kind of crazy.
What,
Just
did you
straight
take up shorts,
Just
or-
shorts. Okay. Just shorts.
All tops, no bottoms.
Yeah.
Just shorts.
I was just the bagginess.
It's not on here, but I also
Down to
wore
the
a lot of
knees.
the like 3 button-down polo shirts. I was a big polo shirt guy. Look at me. Look at that goofy-ass kid right there. And then let's see. Social life. All right. So this is where things are kind of different with the friend group. First 2 years, I'm a theater kid. All my friends played football and stuff like that. Then I go to a new school in Atlanta with only 800 students, and they've all known each other since they were like in kindergarten. So it's kind of wild. Everyone at this new school smoked weed. I remember I live with my dad. I remember calling my mom and being like, Mom, everybody smokes weed. Even the nerds smoke weed. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And everyone at the school thought I smoked weed because I was so goofy. Like, I was so goofy. It was like everyone's mission at the school to be the first person to get me to smoke weed with them. And I didn't smoke weed until the end of my junior year, and it changed my life. That's me. And what's funny is, you see right here, Will Smith has no regrets. His 4 years at DH, everyone thought I went to this high school. Everyone thought I was raised in Decatur and went to Decatur. That I just like fit in so well. They were like, remember back in middle school? I was like, I wasn't here. I was not there. Even in the yearbook, they got it wrong. Thought I was there all 4 years. I was not. But that just shows you how good of a cool person I was, that I had made so many friends in this tight little small high school group, and I fit in really well, and people liked me. Look at that hairline, okay? That's a good look. Oh wait, that's in color right there. That's crazy. So I go to Atlanta and things change. I am taking a bunch of classes that I don't need to take. I took construction 3 times. I took drafting. I took graphic arts. I took photography. We had some interesting classes at my high school, and I was just like, I have to come. I got to take classes. I'm already a year or 2 ahead in a lot of these subjects. I'm going to do it. And I started drinking at the beginning of my senior year of high school, which I guess was a late bloomer. And we were at this place called The Ruins. And everybody was drinking at The Ruins. And apparently the police got called. And everyone's scattering, everyone's running. And I was like, oh no, my bottle of Pepe Lopez, which is like a $10 bottle of the cheapest tequila you could find. And went back to get it, and I couldn't find the cap. And I slipped and I fell, and I'm hiding in the bushes. And then by the time I finally get out of the bushes and make it out to like where everybody parked, no one was there. Everyone had left. And I was just by myself out in the middle of the woods. And I had to get on the MARTA bus, the Metro Atlanta Rapid Transit Association bus in Atlanta, Georgia, and bus back home. That was an embarrassing story for me. There we go. Wow. Quick, any questions? They probably have a lot of questions. No questions? All right, thanks.
I don't know anything about lacrosse. Like, how was your lacrosse?
Lacrosse, I was very self-aware. I'm not going to be a professional athlete. Why? I don't need to play sports in high school. I don't care. But lacrosse, I was like, all right, this is more fun. And I played lacrosse, and I had some skills from like in Virginia. You know, it's kind of bigger up there. So I naturally was kind of good at it, and I liked playing it. So
how did your first crush in high school receive you having a crush on them?
I had a lot of crushes. Okay. A lot of crushes in high school, and I don't think I really told them ever. Okay. I had a couple girlfriends in Virginia, no girlfriends in Decatur. I was just a big crusher. I was a big romantic, but I was a big I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay.
Oh, thank God this is over. Was I cool, guys?
I'm gonna give you a C+.
All right.
I was gonna give you a higher score until you told us that everyone left you in the woods.
Yeah.
That to me kind of said a lot. Yeah. It either said that people didn't care about bringing you, or they forgot you were there.
Yeah.
But I personally would have thought you were an A. You could
have put that on there.
But I couldn't. I had to be honest with you, you know?
Okay.
You know? I love you. Okay.
I did forget about you being left alone in the woods when I gave you an A-.
Hey!
I feel like you were pretty cool in 2 different schools. And I think
I was.
That's something that's an accomplishment.
I was.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
And taking into account you getting left alone in the woods, I also gave you an A- because you know what? Sometimes cool people get left behind in the woods, and that doesn't take away from the fact that you're cool. So.
Hey, you know what?
Something else to share.
No.
You know what? Yeah, it is cool to get left alone in the woods.
All right, I'll take it. All right, we're done. Thank God.
Hello, sharks.
Hi, Chase.
I was very cool in high school, and I'm Chase. All right, so let's take a look at how cool I was. I had a pretty good GPA.
Whoa.
Around 4.2. I had some APs early on that kind of helped me out, and then I coasted a little bit senior year. I was really good at coasting through Spanish because I spoke it early and often with my grandma and some aunts, and so then I could just get kind of solid Bs the whole time without trying. And then the APs just kind of helped me out a lot. And I did water polo, which you can see there.
Water polo is an impressive sport.
Yeah.
That is a very impressive sport to play.
Thank you.
And you look really strong there.
You look awesome.
Thank you very much. There was a really cool photo of me after a game where I had a just scratch all along my torso from one of the other players, and I couldn't find it. But it was like the most badass photo that I had from high school, and I was really bummed.
I believe you that
grab it for it.
exists.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I did TV production where we made like a morning news show. I was the executive producer, and it was totally just an easy A class, and then it became my career.
I was about to say, how'd that work out for you?
It was actually really cool. Our teacher was amazing. I still talk to her and like help her out. They'll do little film festivals, and she'll call alumni in and other people from the industry, since it's here in LA, to like grade them and stuff. And then she took a bunch of us seniors to Sundance in 2011. We had to help pay for the trip, but she was like, let's take you guys since you love all of this stuff. We saw movies, and I saw a documentary that just like totally changed my mind on like, okay, this is actually really cool and impactful. I think I want to do potentially this as like a career.
What documentary?
This is a little depressing. It's called How to Die in Oregon, and it was about the assisted suicide that you can take if you have an illness that is terminal. And the entire audience was just bawling their eyes out. It was very powerful. And the priest who came with us to Sundance didn't like that we saw that movie.
Very cool.
And why did a priest come with you?
He was one of our college counselors. I went to a Catholic school.
Y'all
Yeah.
Christian ass schools, man.
I don't remember if they removed any kissing from our plays, though. I'm pretty sure there was at least one kiss.
Wow, lucky.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Also pretty cool was my discipline record. I got 1 detention for the lamest thing ever, too many tardies. Because once I got my license, I just slept in and then was late to class. For style, so we had a school uniform, a Catholic school uniform, but outside of that, there was this kind of long shorts and very long socks.
That's
but you
you.
could see a couple inches. Yeah,
That's a
me.
photograph of you. Wow.
Can you see it?
No, that's incredible.
Yeah, so I don't know why this was a style that I thought was popular. I think it was mostly just me that was doing the real long shorts and the real high socks. Black specifically, had to be black socks.
Black socks.
And then, yeah, blue Vans. And then in school, it was just our regular uniform, plus either blue Vans or Toms. It was a very big into like the Toms era.
And these were your 2 girlfriends?
No, these are 2 girls I went to middle school with. This was at the Catholic parish school like festival that they do. And we went back to that festival because we were like, oh yeah, we're pretty cool. We're in high school now. We're just gonna like walk around like we own the place. And I had a crush on the girl in the middle. We went on 1 date. And even though I said, let's go on a date, she was like, sure. And she brought like a bunch of other girlfriends to our movie, which very clearly meant that it wasn't really gonna be a date.
Rough.
But it was really cool. We saw Mamma Mia. Moving on.
That was a brutal detail to add there.
Yeah.
That did not help your score.
Change it with some pretty cool photos of me.
Blonde?
Yeah, so at some point in high school, my hair started going brown, but I couldn't tell because I was playing water polo. So the sun and the chlorine had me blonde until pretty much winter break senior year. I came back and my hair just started darkening over that break. When I came back, a lot of the kids were like, why'd you dye your hair brown? And it was just because it was becoming its natural color that probably had happened a few years earlier. But yes, I was blonde, and I kind of look like a different person in all of these photos.
Yes, you
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like my face just kind of changed shape consistently throughout high school, middle school, and even a little bit of college.
That's really cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was a chameleon. That was a very cool thing about me. It was that I always looked different. You wanted to find me on the playground, couldn't tell who I was.
World farming in that photo on the right. You're so nonchalant, like off guard.
Oh, thank you. That was my water polo team went to Hungary one summer, and we played a bunch of teams that were like international. We played Germany, Egypt, Hungary, Croatia. It was really fun. Hungarians play some of the best water polo in the whole world, and it was very humbling because we were not very good compared to these other teams, but it was an awesome experience.
Everyone went all over the world. We went to the Fort Lauderdale Science Museum, and that is the only field trip I went on. Why did y'all go to all these other countries?
Private school?
Yeah, I guess it was private school. I don't know. I was so in my Catholic school, there were like kind of two echelons. There were like the rich Catholic school kids, and then there were all of the rest of us that were on scholarships. So every time one of these trips would come up,
You were on scholarship.
My family, we would do like, I did a bunch of fundraisers to try to get me to go on these trips. I was like personally going out and like selling like chocolate bars and stuff to try to get myself to actually hang out with my teammates and with like the TV production team. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna make it to those trips.
Wow.
But yeah, and I was rocking a lot of just like water polo, tees and board shorts and Quicksilver, Tilly's, PacSun, Urban Outfitters, just kind of like surfer, skater vibes.
That looks like a completely different. The other two I could kind of see, but that looks like I'm not sure that's you.
I'm 90% sure that's me.
All right.
But yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
All right,
Now that's you.
Social life.
On your wedding day.
This is senior year. This was senior year prom. I got my driver's license at 16 and had one girlfriend. This is her. She went to a different school. She went to an all-girls Catholic school. I had a few dates with others. I had a lot of crushes. It was very similar. Leonard was pretty much like a romantic who just had like a lot of crushes and a lot of girls. And there was like the one girl that I had a big crush on too. Every time I tried to be like, I think I like you, she would like run off and talk to other friends because I think she like saw it coming. And so it was, but anyway, I like this photo because you can't really tell, but I think everyone can tell that I was standing on a ledge, so I looked taller than my girlfriend.
Man, you're trying to convince us you're cool.
Wow. Jordan, I don't like the look that you're giving
No, it's
me.
really sweet. I feel for you, you know? Was she taller because she's wearing heels here?
We're actually the same height.
Okay.
But she was taller for the date with her heels.
In the heels, yeah, okay. No, I love it.
Thanks.
It's just sweet.
Honestly,
it's cute.
you know, the vulnerability here is really cool.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
I just don't know how to cool it up anymore. I just have to present you what my life was.
I liked that you didn't try to pressure her to wear flats.
No, I wanted to match her dress. I asked what her colors were for the tie. I wanted her to look, as beautiful as she wanted.
That's cool.
But also because we went to a different school, I did have some people who thought that she didn't exist.
Sure.
Where you don't know her, she goes to a different school.
But she did. Nah.
We're not even trying to convince each other that we're cool. We're trying to convince the people out
Yeah.
there.
All right, so other things about my social life. I really was kind of popping between a bunch of different groups. It was like water polo. I ate lunch with water polo all year round. The TV production team. There were just kind of like a bunch of other random kind of groups that I would hang out with. I really vibed with the stoners, even though I was like very scared to smoke weed. So I hung out with a lot of those stoners too. People used to think I was high all the time because I think I needed a lot more sleep than I actually got. So I would just kind of float around amongst all the different groups and get accused of being more high than I had ever been because I hadn't smoked weed until senior year. And when I finally did, I remember going in, like a bunch of my friends paid $20. I mean, someone went to a dispensary and got like weed oil to make brownies themselves. And then they all ate the brownies a day before I got mine, and they got way too high. And so I got really scared, and I held on to mine for like 2 months. And by the time I ate it, there was like zero effect. So I just stayed in my room, and I was really nervous about how high I was gonna get. And I like went on iTunes and rented a few like fun stoner comedies, and I just watched them completely sober until like 4 a.m, thinking like it's gonna kick in. And there's me with some people to prove that I did have a social life.
Dude, this hair is crazy here in the water
this
polo
one
photo.
to that one is wild.
Yeah, those are probably like 5 months apart, where you
What?
can really just see how my hair went from blonde to brunette as soon as I stopped being in the pool every single day.
No, I'm loving that hair there.
Thank you.
Cool hair.
And that was me showing you my cool.
Okay.
I'm feeling all A's. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting.
I gave you a B.
That feels very nice. Thank you, Jordan.
The standing on the ledge brought it down a little bit from a higher score. I think once again, we all kind of seemed like we were like social floaters, friends with a lot of different people. I think all 4 of us would have been friends in high school. So
Yeah.
I personally would have thought you were A+ cool, but I think standing on the ledge. Some of the stuff was giving B a little bit.
I also gave a B.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you,
B,
Leonard.
Big B business over here.
I see Trevor raising a score.
Okay, everyone, I erased a minus.
And to be fair, I did that as well.
I put a B and both of them erased their minuses, but I can't say anything. Y'all gave me pity A minuses.
Here's the thing. I don't think that you were, and it's because I don't think you were a B minus cool in high school. I think that the way that you presented your information to us today you didn't do yourself justice.
You think he's a B minus now.
I think that if I didn't know
As an
Chase
active
and
friend
I
of
was,
mine. Yeah, you're...
That's what he's saying.
No, I think a B, yeah, a B. I think you're cool. I would have been friends with you.
Thank you. Well, yeah, you were friends with everyone,
Yeah,
but I
because I'm
appreciate that, Trevor.
There's nothing wrong with getting all Bs. That's what I got.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone erasing their minuses. That was very kind.
All right, well, with a cool GPA of 3.89, that means Trevor is our winner today.
Oh, big Trev.
You'll be memorialized in a special yearbook photo on the Mythical social channels where you'll be named most likely to be coolest. Thanks to our crew for letting us see your embarrassing pictures, and we'll be back here next Saturday with another all-new episode of Good Mythical Weekend. Bye!
Tune in every Saturday to watch Good Mythical Weekend, where the fun continues all summer long. Plus, get to know the crew even more on the Mythical socials.